36 years in production, 54,000 built, an endless variety of bodywork, was successful at home and abroad. These are the characteristics of one of the most interesting buses and coaches ever. This is the story of the Bedford SB, the bus that did it all. Hi, this is Jeffrey. Now, when you take a look at the entire history of buses, there probably were not that many that were in production for more than 3 decades, had more than 50,000 of them built, was successful no matter where it went, and had an incredible array of bodywork. But one such bus was the Bedford SB, and that's what we're going to take a look at in this video, and we're going to see what made it such a special bus. So let's get started in taking a look at the Bedford SB. The Bedford SB was a front-engined bus chassis that was launched at the 1950 Commercial Motor Show as the replacement for the Bedford OB, with the first deliveries commencing in 1951. It was the first Bedford vehicle to have a forward control design, with the driver's seat located at the right of the engine and the front axle underneath. Initially only available with a Bedford petrol engine, starting in 1953, a Perkins R6 was an option with a Bedford diesel, and the Leyland 0.350 options starting in 1957, and the Leyland 0.370 beginning in 1963. Let's now take a look at the general specifications of the Bedford SB. Number 1. The SB had quite a long life, being in production from 1950 to 1986. Number 2. Dimensions were A. Length was originally 8.39 meters, with a 9.14 length added later in production. B. Width was 2.28 meters with a 2.44 meter option, and another option of 2.5 meters added later in production. Number 3. Wheelbase length was originally 17 feet 2 inches or 5.23 meters, but from 1955, an 18-foot or 5.49 meter option was also offered. Number 4. Chassis was a straight ladder frame design. Number 5. Engines were either from A. Bedford, B. Perkins, C. Leyland, or D. Cummins. Number 6. It used a 4-speed synchro mesh gearbox with 5-speed gearboxes offered later. Bodywork was provided by a wide range of builders, including Duple, Marshall, Plaxton, Harrington, and Willowbrook. It was primarily fitted with 1 door, although examples were fitted with 2. The fantastic variety of bodywork designed for the SB, which ranged from the austere to the ultra-stylish, and given its long production life, makes the SB one of the most interesting British bus and coach models of all time. The SB was built for the UK market and export. By 1980, over 54,000 had been produced, 38,000 being for overseas operators. Production ceased after 36 years in December of 1986. The Army, the RAF, and Royal Navy, plus several other government departments, took large numbers of them. The Armed Forces version was more austere than civilian versions and capable of being converted to ambulances in times of emergency. The New Zealand Railways road services were the largest operator, purchasing over 1,200, primarily with New Zealand Motor Bodies bodywork, with some fitted with Caterpillar C7 engines and Allison transmissions. Other versions of the Bedford SB exported to New Zealand were powered by the standard petrol or diesel engines. However, many were later powered by Leyland, Scammell, Cummins, Detroit, Isuzu, Mitsubishi, Gardner, and GMC engines. While most retained the standard gearbox, many later ran with Eaton Fuller manual, Allison automatic, or Daimler epicyclic gearboxes. Numerous other countries throughout the world also acquired fleets of Bedford SB buses and coaches. Driver Bus Lines of Australia owns a restored 1959 SB transit bus with streamlined fluted trim, wrap-around windows, and was the last type of SB designed by General Motors in Australia. There were numerous variants of the SB, each determined by the engine fitted, which were number 1, the SB, SBG, and SB3. All three were fitted with a Bedford petrol engine and had a capacity of 4.91 liters. Number 2, the SBO, with a Perkins R6 engine and a capacity of 5.58 liters. Number 3, the SB1, with a Bedford diesel engine and a capacity of 4.91 liters. Number 4, the SB5, with a Bedford diesel and a capacity of 5.41 liters. Number 5, the SB8, with a Leyland 0.350 engine and a capacity of 5.74 liters. And number 6, the SB13, with a Leyland 0.370 engine and a capacity of 6.06 liters. There were also Bedford SBs built for uses other than buses or coaches, even though it utilized that chassis. Such was a fleet of 7 Bedford mobile cinemas constructed on a Bedford SB3 chassis and were commissioned for the Ministry of Technology Department of the UK government in the late 1960s, complete with a trailer built to be towed. Only one complete unit is known to survive. Other uses of the SB bus and coach chassis included mobile libraries and larger-sized moving vans. And so we come to the end of our brief look at the Bedford SB, which, without doubt, has to be one of the most varied and interesting buses and coaches of all time. And there it is, a little history of the Bedford SB, one of the more interesting and numerous buses ever built. Now, it was pretty much impossible to get every type of SB that was ever designed or ever built into this video because there was just so many of them, and the variety was just absolutely incredible. So I had to be very choosy as to which ones I show in this video, and I wanted to try and get a variety of them, everything from the more fancier ones to the more, mundane and austere SBs, because they ran the whole gamut from absolutely incredible bodywork to very, plain and dull. And I think all of those types should be shown somehow. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this look at the Bedford SB. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.